African Americans post-emancipation were settling down in Houston in the what was known as the 4th Ward, which is west of Houston's downtown area. My project was a study of African American church architecture. Several of the people that I conducted oral interviews with kept referring me back to the Texas room of the HMRC. The HMRC was quite useful in terms of providing information on what life was like for African Americans post-emancipation. And I was able to obtain pictures of what life was like back then, as well as in the early 19th century. We had doctors, we had dentists, we had religious leaders who were also professionals. We had teachers, a lot of teachers, male and female.
One prominent resident of Freedmanstown was Reverend Jack Yates.
He was a symbol of progress. This is someone who didn't have much to begin with, former slave, learned how to read, and he became a leader in the church. In 1891, in particular, he opened up Bethel Missionary Baptist Church in Freedmanstown. That church became an architectural symbol. It was one of the most significant pieces of architecture that later developed.
Freedmanstown was almost a city within a city, with its own business district and social structure, as Crystal Granger discovered when doing her research at the HMRC.
The Red Book of Houston by Emmett Scott is a collection of information, images of what life was like for African Americans post-emancipation. You can find out about the professions, the social histories, who the leaders were in the community, and basically just how the community developed and was a resource for other individuals who were coming from neighboring plantations. Also, in particular in Freedmanstown, there was a main street, Andrews Street, where you would find a lot of these professions. So everyone lived on this main street where a trolley ran through. So the development of Freedmanstown was somewhat of a model for developing a community in post-emancipation. The city directories provided information on the individuals who lived in Houston. It stated their race, it stated where they lived, what kind of business they owned, and there were advertisements in the directories that gave you some insight about the business and their location.
A perfect example is a page in the 1886-87 directory, which lists people with these occupations: a railroad switchman, a clerk at Foley's dry goods store, a sheet iron worker, a cotton clerk, a laborer, a teacher, a barber, and so on. The letter C in parentheses indicates that the person was colored or African American.
A lot of Houston's African American history is just fading away, and it was very important for me to try and get a glimpse of what life was like at that time.
The 4th Ward's historic Bethel Baptist Church was heavily damaged by fire in 2005.